Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings.
Hey guys. Yeah, sorry, I know, a little bit late for me saying on holiday, oh, I'll be back with you next week. But you know, sometimes life just gets a little bit busy, doesn't it? So I've been out and about, I've been seeing friends. As you know, one of my friends is a little bit poorly at the moment. I had another friend who I'm saying hi to, you know who you are, whose birthday it was recently, and decided to be a bit more of a drama queen and demand some more attention and ended up in hospital. So I think you are done for attention now for a little while, Missy, but hi. Now, I know some of you don't like it when I talk about like my holidays, and this is the first holiday that my husband's had since, well, it was basically 18 months ago. But I'm not going to bore you with loads of holiday pictures. Here's a couple of them because, you know, they're nice, pretty pictures. This one's a really cool one. This is actually people doing night dives. So scuba divers out in basically nighttime. But yeah, it gives quite a cool, eerie effect. And I really like that. I once did a night dive and I took a photograph of the moon, which you can see here, which took me ages to find on my old Facebook. But I know what it is. It doesn't mean a lot to you guys, but it's just really surreal. So I got my, you know, my normal standard piece of jewelry. We went to Lanzarote. We got a last minute kind of like cheap deal like you do, because now they're like, please come here, please come here. My husband bought me a ring. Yes, you know me. I love my big bits of jewelry and I love my crystals. It is, I think it was called olivine. I hope that's how you pronounce it, but someone's explained to me that's the same as peridot. Again, I'm probably pronouncing this completely wrong, but you know me and green stones. But what did make me laugh was this one particular tweeter, which did make me laugh. I'm not going to like put his name up here just in case, you know, he was trying to be mean and he might be upset at me using his name. But when I said it, oh, it's local to the island, he's like, where are you on holiday? Haribo. And I was like, actually, that's quite funny. So before I start with the video, I am going to tell you a funny holiday story because I found it hilarious. I'm going to put a little time here now that you can see if you wish to skip holiday story for me to start talking about the royals, because I'm trying to find a happy medium. Some of you like hearing about it, some of you don't. So that's what we're going to go with. So please skip ahead to this time. So I know some of you are going to be saying, well, where's your tan if you went to Lanzarote, you know, for a week? Well, it's because my husband doesn't really let me sunbathe. When I went on holiday with my friend to Spain, she rotates in the sun like a rotisserie chicken. So do I. I know it's not great for you. Before everyone lectures, I do wear sun cream. But yeah, basically, he doesn't let me sunbathe. So this one day we agreed. I was like, please, I'm going to be going home to England soon. Let me sunbathe. So he went snorkeling. Absolutely fine. Give that boy a pair of flippers. He is off for hours. So this gorgeous little beach that we go to in Puerto del Carmen, you have these three little women, and I say little women because they're tiny. They appear every day, and they're gorgeous, and they're really, really nice people. They're all Chinese. They've lived out there for years. And you've got May, I think it was Ling, and then you have got Ching Ching. And I remember Ching Ching because my dog is called Chi Chi, who is doing fine, by the way, and back to eating the sofa. But one thing they all have in common is they trick you. They look cute, wearing their little sun hats, wearing these little Disney t-shirts. They come along with their little price. They give you massages on the beach. They come over to you and they're so gentle. And I don't want to like basically upset anyone by doing an accent here, but you've got to go with the accent for some of this joke. But she's like, do you want a head rub? And you're like, oh, that feels nice. And then you're like, oh yeah, actually that feels really good. You hand over the money. Oh my God. She's like, rubbing it. Oh my, I was in so much pain. And I paid for the full body massage because I thought I'd treat myself. So my husband has come back from his snorkeling, and you're going to think, you evil cow. And he came back and they were like, oh, your husband, would he like a massage? And I was like, maybe. So of course he's looked over to me for a little bit of reassurance. He's like, was it nice? And I'm like, so good. And I know I'm sitting there giggling to myself because she started off all soft and gentle with him, and then all I could see was him biting into the towel and kind of screaming. But the bit that made me laugh the most, and I have to do an accent here, and this is not me trying to take the piss out of any sort of Asian culture or Chinese accent, but you've got to get the joke. Two of her friends came over, this May and Ling. And my husband's just taken him because he has to swim in a rash vest because he's got, you know, like baby skin. He burns really easy. So anyway, he's lying there and he's just taking his top off. And her friends had come over as well. So they're stood there gossiping. So there he was just about to get this wonderful massage, what he thought, which I knew otherwise. And those women gossiping. But anyway, Ching Ching began. But before she began, she started saying, oh, you're so wet. You're so wet. And he was like, yeah, I've just been snorkeling for an hour. And then May, at this point, dropped down to her knees and got her t-shirt, her white Disney t-shirt, and put it against his chest, and they started laughing and talking in Chinese. I swear to God, I nearly peed myself on the beach. They weren't saying, oh, you're so wet. They were saying, oh, you're so white. So anyway, he's probably going to hate me for telling you that. But I thought, you know, get the video back, clear the pipes, let's have some laughter and let's have some fun. So some lovely things in the news. This isn't going to be a massively long video. It's just, I'm back. I'm coming back tomorrow, and I will obviously be doing lots of shenanigans and various things that have come out from America, from the United States. But for now, we're going to stick to other members of the royal family. We've had photographs of the Queen looking absolutely radiant at a couple of events. She looks incredibly smiley. She attended an event at Buckingham Palace with Prince Edward. This was for the Queen's baton relay. A message is basically pasted inside the baton, which then goes round the world prior to the Commonwealth Games being opened. It's like the equivalent of the Olympic torch. The Queen gives the baton to the first relay runner, and then at the opening ceremony of the Games, the last runner hands it back to the Queen, or whoever there is basically there representing the Queen. And that means that it gets read out and the Games are officially open. And also the Queen met with the Royal Regiment of the Canadian Artillery at Windsor Castle, of which she is actually the Captain General. They were there undertaking guard duties for London and Windsor for the first time. She just seems like she is having a great time. There was a sword ceremony that gets handed over, and yeah, she just seen her really happy. It's a genuinely warm smile. She's not exactly had the nicest of years, but seeing her with the military, just it shows that she really does love and care for the military very much, and looking at them smiles, they love her right back. We've had a new royal baby as well, Princess Beatrice and Edo. Well, Edo didn't give birth, I mean, that would be quite the story. But obviously Princess Beatrice gave birth to their little girl, and she is called Sienna Elizabeth. And again, they've used Elizabeth as a middle name, and I'm not making swipes, I'm not going there, I've done videos on it, but I do really like the name Sienna. I think that's such a really pretty name. So obviously with Edo's sort of like Italian heritage, and then you've got obviously B with the red hair that she's inherited from her mum. So I'm really looking forward to see what her little girl looks like. But they announced it in such a cute way. I really like this. And you know me, I'm really not a baby person. It was just adorable. So another lovely story I think that came out was Prince Charles. He was talking about climate change and everything, but he also shared that he had an autumn garden built, you know, as you do, because you're, you know, a member of the royal family. I'm just going to have a seasonal garden built on one of my, you know, estates. He had the garden designed when Prince George was born, and it's actually called Prince George's Woods. There we go. But I just think that's really sweet. Again, it shows that softer side of Prince Charles that we're really beginning to see since he's become a grandfather especially. And ever since Catherine did that photograph of, you know, obviously with the children, with George, with Louis, and just some of these photographs that you've seen a really soft side to Charles. And I think that's done his reputation a world of good. Although probably talking about climate change, whilst obviously flying around in helicopters and all these big, you know, big, huge gas guzzling vehicles with security teams. Again, he's not going to be too different to the criticism he's going to receive that his youngest son does. Now, I know some of you are here for one particular reason. I've been wanting to talk about this for some time, and I thought too much time has passed for me to say anything, but I thought, no, I've got to do it. I have got to talk about the elephant that is in the room. What a dress. What a phenomenal dress. I know I'm behind in the news, but my praise on this dress, wow. She looked absolutely breathtaking. She had a confidence and air to her, didn't she? She owned that carpet. It was just absolutely perfect. She looked more like a Bond girl than some of the Bond girls, you know. It was just show-stopping. I remember I was sitting at a restaurant with my husband and we were just about to order dinner, and then this, and I was like, wow, in the restaurant really loudly. It was just one of those show-stopping moments. Every kind of famous woman, you know, really big has that iconic dress. And obviously we've got Catherine's wedding dress, but you know, it's a wedding dress. This for me, she is going to have to pull out some stops to beat this look. I mean, Catherine has worn some amazing ball gowns. She has worn some of the most absolutely stunning pieces of clothes. But this dress, just bang. She might as well have fireworks going off behind her as she walked the carpet. Everyone was staring at her. Everyone was smiling. And one of my favourite bits from it was Daniel Craig. Now, obviously, he's British. I'm British, right? But I don't know. There's something about this really made me giggle. He gave her one of the most British compliments in the history of compliments in this day and age. And he said, "You look jolly lovely." And I was expecting him to start going into underlie, you know, from Mary Poppins. It was what a wonderful compliment, but it was so British. "You look jolly lovely." Even I can't say it without putting on a silly voice, but yes, she did look jolly lovely. She looked absolutely amazing. I mean, William, tux, anyone can look good in a tux, can't they, really? But she just had, I don't know, she just had this confidence about her, like a renewed energy. And I know that we didn't see her for some time. So you've got to think maybe with all of the pressures and everything that's been going on, and then obviously losing Prince Philip and stuff, and maybe she just took some time out, you know? Take some time out, you come back and you're nice and refreshed. Look at me, full of the joys of spring. Well, not spring anymore, is it? We're coming into winter, but it's good because my favourite thing about winter is knee-high boots and jumpers. Yes. So please, I know it's a little bit late, but tell me what you think about that dress. For me, I can't honestly see that a show-stopping dress like that is ever going to be topped. I mean, the closest that I've seen to that, which I really liked, was actually at, what is that awful fashion show that loads of celebrities go to and are hypocrites. Here you go, here's a post. So now you know what I'm talking about. Filming error. But the one Emily Blunt wore, okay, it was a little bit more see-through, but I think there is something to do with that, with the lighting, and compared to what some other people were wearing on that carpet, she was basically dressed like a nun. So, I mean, that style seems to be very in. It's very, I don't know, it's almost like old school Hollywood, but modern, I don't know, I just really loved it. As you can tell, if anyone ever seriously releases a story again and calls Catherine dowdy and boring, I mean, you've just got to get a picture of that dress and go, whoosh. But anyway, as I said, this is a short video cleaning my pipes. I will be back tomorrow. There's obviously lots more stuff that's gone on, so I'm going to try and catch up with bits, add some new bits, but I will be back tomorrow and I will be posting more videos. And I know I've said that before and I often jinx myself, but I am not leaving this house tomorrow until, well, maybe to go to the gym in the morning, but I promise I will be posting another video tomorrow to catch up with all of the Montecito duo's drama. There's always something, isn't there, with them? So take care for now, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.